Okay, now that our presentation is essentially done, let's take a look at the tools that we have at our disposal for getting ready to actually present the thing. So I've got the PowerPoint presentation open. I'm going to flip over to Slideshow. We'll take a look at what options are available. So first one to be aware of is you're going to want to know what your presenting arrangement is going to be. And by that I mean, are we going to be presenting over a projector, or will you have an instructor's or presenter's podium and display to be using? If you want to be using those types of things, you can use the Up Slideshow Dialog from the slideshow ribbon, and we can decide whether or not we're using multiple monitors. We can override timing on slides if they're present, and we can set the display into various modes for full screen or kiosk or whatever. For now, we're going to go with the defaults, and we're only using what you see on the screen, which is essentially the participant's view or the actual presentation view without a presenter view. So in this ribbon, you also see that you can do one of two things as far as rehearsing and preparing. You can either rehearse timings or you can record a slideshow. Now, the difference between these two is if you just want to have an idea of the flow of the slides and you want to have an idea of how long things are going, you can use rehearse timing. You can talk through the slides and you can advance the slides manually with your mouse or keyboard, and PowerPoint will track those timings and store them into the slides as automatic transitions. That means you can go back and actually review and see how long things are taking. I'll give you an example. Let's go ahead and hit rehearse timings, and what you're going to see is the PowerPoint presentation is going to come up. A timer is running in the top left-hand corner, and as I move my way through the slides, it's recording how long I'm spending on each slide. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire thing, so let's go ahead and pause this. Sorry, close it. And we will go now to transitions to take a look at what our transition times are. And you'll see now we have populated a time for how long the slide is going to remain before it automatically advances. Now, this differs from recording a slideshow. If I were to record a slideshow, it would do that as well as actually recording audio. So let's say, for example, you want to build a presentation that you want to circulate with the presenter audio with it so that people don't actually have to see it being presented. You could send it away as a video on a CD, and people wouldn't need to connect to an internet site. They wouldn't need to be in front of a live presenter. They could actually see the presentation and get all the audio and get a lot of the value out of the presentation. So you have those tools at your disposal. Obviously, recording slideshow is going to give you your feedback and allow you to hear yourself and analyze how you're actually doing and what your presenter voice sounds like. Let's take a look at what you can do once you're actually in the presentation. So I will try recording. And notice we have an option to record narrations and laser pointer. So what that allows me to do is once I'm in the presentation, if I activate the pointer here down at the bottom, I can actually mark up the slides. We'll use a highlighter because it's going to be easiest to see, except I think I'm in yellow. I can mark up the slides, or I can use a laser pointer to point to things. I can use a pen to mark things up. And once I'm done, you'll be given the option to keep or discard the annotations. Now, we'll revisit this later. This becomes important when we start reviewing our decks and circulating them, and if you want to solicit feedback from people on your deck. But for now, we'll just go ahead and discard. So why don't you give this a try now?